For decades, space was the exclusive domain of superpowers. Today, a new actor is emerging. Turkey is quietly transforming space into a strategic military domain. Turkey's new space assets prioritize reconnaissance and secure links, enabling commanders to see first, decide faster, and act with precision. Geostationary communications satellites tie together forces across vast distances, keeping aircraft, ships, and ground units connected without interruption. Ballistic and cruise missiles increasingly rely on satellite data for navigation, targeting, and mid-course updates across contested skies. These capabilities extend far beyond borders, projecting awareness and influence over key areas of interest and maritime corridors. A modern orbital command interface fuses telemetry, tracks targets, and prioritizes threats, turning raw data into decisions. Launch vehicles lift national ambitions above the clouds, placing critical platforms where adversaries are hardest to reach. From orbit's night side, encrypted relays keep operations synchronized while remaining resilient to attack or outage. Constellations in low Earth orbit deliver persistence, revisiting targets quickly and sharing imagery in near real time. As the planet turns to darkness, satellites remain vigilant, extending national reach into the ultimate high ground. Ankara's space ambitions go far beyond scientific exploration. They are part of a long-term strategy to achieve strategic autonomy and military power projection. Maps tell the story. Turkey aims to monitor vital sea lanes, buffer zones, and strategic choke points from above. Missile forces pair with orbital sensing, creating a deterrent that depends on accuracy, timing, and resilient guidance. Reconnaissance satellites provide the eyes, capturing patterns of life, deployments, and hidden preparations. Secure links move that intelligence where it matters most: command posts, pilots, and units at the edge. High-throughput channels keep command chains intact even when terrestrial networks are degraded or jammed. A regional picture emerges: vectors, alerts, and evolving risks rendered into actionable situational awareness. Strike systems integrate with the orbital picture, aligning flight paths, timing, and deconfliction across domains. At home, new facilities coordinate space operations, training specialists to manage complex, multi-satellite missions. Electronic warfare counters loom large. Defending links and disrupting enemy networks becomes daily practice. The aim is continuity: eyes, ears, and voice that persist despite weather, distance, or interference. With the Göktürk reconnaissance satellite program, Turkey gains advanced intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities. These orbital assets provide real-time battlefield awareness. Göktürk's design balances resolution, coverage, and agility, enabling rapid retasking when opportunities appear. Operators mark targets, predict orbits, and schedule passes, blending automation with human judgment. Turksat platforms complement imaging by carrying the traffic that analysis and targeting rely on. Inside operations rooms, analysts cross-check feeds, validate hits, and flag anomalies for commanders. Slew maneuvers bring sensors onto point, capturing brief windows when clouds part or convoys move. Geolocation tags and encrypted beams trace the path from sensor to shooter with minimal delay. Regional maps highlight airfields, ports, and supply routes most critical to ongoing operations. Secure relays distribute imagery to deployed units, ensuring everyone fights the same picture. Night passes reveal activity invisible by day: heat, headlights, and movement under the city glow. Comms reflectors shape high-bandwidth links, resisting weather fade and maintaining throughput. Orbital-assisted guidance refines trajectories, improving flight profiles while reducing collateral risk. Comparative views expose strengths and gaps, informing diplomacy as much as defense planning. Fused interfaces prioritize targets, queue collections, and document outcomes for rapid assessment. Secure satellite communications are essential for modern warfare. Turkey's Turksat constellation strengthens command, control, communications, and coordination across multiple operational theaters. Turksat holds station above the equator, extending coverage arcs across land and sea corridors. Link beams connect forward units to headquarters, with Spectrum tools monitoring for intrusion. ISR and comms cooperate. What one finds, the other distributes, accelerating the kill chain. Encrypted keys rotate frequently, keeping adversaries guessing and chatter unintelligible. Operators watch orbital paths like air lanes, avoiding interference and optimizing visibility. Ground antennas steer narrow beams, maximizing gain while minimizing the chance of detection. Jammers attempt to drown signals. Adaptive waveforms and filtering fight to keep links alive. Telemetry flows non-stop. Power margins, temperatures, and pointing accuracy tracked in real time. Fresh imagery cues confirm changes on the ground, refining target lists before strikes launch. The system of systems matters most. Sensors, processors, and shooters synchronized by space. Coverage footprints reveal where signals are strongest and which sectors require redundancy. Hardware details matter. Reflectors, feeds, and polarization shape the resilience of communications. Validated imagery returns to command, closing the loop with confirmation or fresh tasking. Space-based navigation and guidance systems significantly enhance missile accuracy and strike capability. These dual-use technologies blur the line between civilian space development and military power. Terrain-following profiles ride valleys and ridgelines, guided by maps and satellite updates. Boost phases blaze bright, tracked from orbit to measure performance and detect anomalies. Mid-course uplinks nudge trajectories, compensating for winds, drift, and evasive maneuvers. Hardened ground stations anchor the network, protected and dispersed to survive attack. Re-entry vehicles separate cleanly, with terminal seekers calibrating for the final dive. High-resolution cues steer the last seconds, aligning aim points with precision coordinates. Multiple satellites hand off guidance seamlessly, sustaining coverage through the entire flight. HUD indicators track health of links, latency, jamming levels, and correction integrity. When jamming hits, algorithms degrade gracefully, preserving accuracy as long as physics allows. A coordinated constellation reduces single points of failure, improving survivability. Impact assessments appear quickly. Heat maps, blast radii, and collateral checks for commanders. The regional picture refreshes again, highlighting areas where sensing must intensify. Turkey's growing space capabilities have the potential to reshape regional power dynamics, challenging traditional military balances and altering deterrence calculations. GEO assets linger over hotspots, ensuring that operational traffic never outruns bandwidth. Strategic maps model alliances, rivalries, and flashpoints that define tomorrow's risks. Satellites multiply watchfulness, turning minutes into seconds between detection and decision. Historical claims meet modern sensors, reshaping deterrence through transparency and reach. Electronic warfare is the shadow battle: disrupt, deceive, and deny without firing a shot. ISR feeds expose movements otherwise hidden, giving planners options short of escalation. Vectors radiate from Turkey's core, mapping logistics and influence across nearby regions. Capability comparisons inform budgets and partnerships, guiding where to invest next. Command nodes share a common operating picture, updated and authenticated every few seconds. Guided missiles remain credible because space keeps them informed, even under pressure. Low-altitude cruise profiles exploit terrain while satellites refine timing and aim points. Above, ISR and comms watch together, forming a resilient backbone for joint operations. The section closes with a reset. Key areas marked, priorities queued for what follows. As a NATO member pursuing independent space and defense ambitions, Turkey's rise introduces new strategic complexities for both allies and adversaries. Allies welcome shared awareness, yet independent tasking can complicate coalition plans. Turksat's encrypted relays support joint missions while preserving national discretion. Missile trajectories in a satellite era shorten warning times and demand calm judgment. Gökturk's aperture captures details that shape diplomacy as much as targeting lists. Regional maps remind leaders that choices in space echo across borders and decades. Encrypted links maintain unity of effort, even when partners operate at different tempos. Mobile launchers paired with robust guidance complicate any adversary's defense. Unified displays track risk, highlight deconfliction needs, and log every engagement. Against Earth's limb, the message is clear. Vigilance and restraint must coexist. In modern warfare, control of space means control of information, precision, and power. The question is no longer whether Turkey will militarize space, but how far it is willing to go. In the end, space is the amplifier of vision, resolve, and responsibility, shaping outcomes long before the first shot is fired.